no, not a rogue scorpion. Oh no, not another rogue scorpion. Jeez. Moving's overrated anyway. Oh, jeez. How much does heal more heal for? It'd help if I got some stronger attacks as well. There we go. How much experience? 43. Is that 43 worth it? How much does this heal for? Oh, it healed me back to full from 40 something. Oh wow, that even healed me to full. So heal more is strong. Super strong. I feel like my damage is low though. And of course it dodged. And my spells just... my physical attacks just aren't doing enough to kill it quickly enough for it to heal. Are you dead? Thank you. If I got like another 34 damage attack, would it die? Maybe it'll die here? There we go. When I get some actual decent damage rolls, and it's not too bad. I don't know how much damage this guy does. Alright, he's not too bad. Decent experience too. Yo, Nakurti! Just dragon time. Of course. Alright, so it costs 10 MP to use heal more. I have a song request going if you want to do a song, by the way. Oh no, 19 damage. Goodbye, dragon. That only gives me 45 experience. songs I added to this recently I wanted to listen to. Where are they at? There's one of them. Stop chanting heal more. You jerk. Alright, 16 HP. Do I heal to full with heal more? I do. Is it just a full heal? Yeah, probably not, man. I will be here though regardless. At least for a while yet as we grind. I think it's like 22. Yeah, 22k EXP to get to level 19. And even then, I'm not sure whether I'll have enough of a chance of beating the boss. Oh yeah? Close to the German border, huh? Germany is definitely a place I want to visit at some point in my life. I should probably heal. I kind of wish I was fighting dragons. They don't heal themselves. And I can kill them in 2 to 3 turns. These guys don't do too bad either. Thank you. That's good to know. Excellent move. Oh, come on. If I don't kill these guys in 2 hits, they just full heal. And there he goes again. I don't know if this is worth it or not. I'm going for it. Yay. Maybe I should go out here and fight for a bit. I get slightly less experience out here, but I can heal up. I have to worry less about healing at least. Maybe when I'm level 18, I'll go in there. Be nice if I could fight something that gave me like 100 experience. Alright, let's go to Nightbot and see where we're at music-wise. Oops. I want to play the last one. Yo, Tyler, what's up, man? No, not the Demon Knight. Oh, come on. How even? I'm doing alright. Just getting some grinding done. I think, from what I remember, there's like a 5% chance of winning when you're at level 17 against the Dragon Lord. Then it's like 30-some% at level 18, and then it's like 90-some% at level 19. So I think I'm gonna try to get to level 19. Unfortunately, that's a lot of experience, and it takes a while to get there. No math. There's no math in this stream. Ever. If I could learn like where all the different spawn tiles are and stuff like that in this game, like where's the best places to grind and stuff, I probably could have been done with it by now. I always love how I get the excellent moves when they don't matter. It never fails. Never ceases to amaze me either. Look at all that gold I have that's pointless. Yeah, not even like one hit to go crits, but the ones where they manage to just survive by 2 or 3 HP from your prior attacks and then you crit. So like legitimately you could like accidentally miss and fall on top of them and kill them. And throw a grain of sand in their general direction and kill them. But no, it's time for that excellent move. I like fighting these guys because they spam the stop spell so much. So I get like anywhere from 20 to 30 more experience from the enemies that are inside that little ruin there. But out here I don't have to worry about healing during the battle. And I kill these guys slightly quicker because they don't always heal. So I think overall this is better. Oh, Wind Waker music. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-dun-dun-dun. I haven't heard the Wind Waker music in a while, or this particular song. This is when they're like telling the backstory of like the legendary hero and stuff. From what people are telling me, I got pretty bad RNG with my stats. At least with my HP stat, which is one of the most important stats in this game. People said that they can be upwards of 100 plus at like level 15, level 14. And my max HP is level 91. Level 91 at level 17. It's so great when your brain speaks out of turn from what you're thinking. Only 1,000 more experience to go for one more level. And then 3,000 to 4,000 more experience for another level. My strength's pretty solid, But like the RNG for your damage values in this game is so variable that it's doesn't really matter. I can get high numbers, but it's not very consistent. That's awesome. The Twitch RPG emote. That's cool. Feels good, man. Works perfectly for this game, too. sitting there thinking about every step you have to take in a speed run and things like that, but sometimes muscle memory will save you from that without having to think. Oh god, these tracks. They're so long. Let's at least get to the good part of this track. Alright. The good part. Yeah, it's weird. I always wonder, like, what triggers in my brain at that point to just all of a sudden, because I'm thinking about it, I can't think about it anymore. You had to have known the number at a point to be able to type it in to get to the point of having the muscle memory in the first place. But your brain just remembers what's important. The movements. Alright, let's see what we get for this level up. We get... Okay. Power 13. Holy crap. Response speed 6. HP, ooh, 13. That's not bad. That makes me happy, since we've been getting really low HP rolls lately. Yeah, I understand how it works. I think it's kind of like, it's just a weird occurrence to have. Something you could do every single day, and to the point of actually thinking about it, then it becomes this method of second-guessing yourself and things like that. You gotta feed them memory gremlins. If you don't, bad things can happen. I finally broke 100 HP. Yep. I wonder if with my strength I could take on the Dragon Lord like this. I still feel like I'm lacking in the HP department, though. I don't know how much the boss can hit me. But you gotta figure if my HP is so low, then my other stats have to be pretty high. And I have quite a bit of magic. I think I have almost 100 magic. That's 10 cast of Heal More. And Heal More seems to almost completely heal me to full, at least. I should, like... I guess I can't anymore. I was gonna say I was gonna hop on the damage tiles and see how much I heal with Heal More at 1 HP. Well, the cool thing about brain science is we still understand maybe like a small fraction of how anything works. We got lots of speculation. We know where certain parts of memory and stuff like that are stored and so on and so forth, but when it comes to just how a person's brain works and how different chemicals affect different people and everything else. Yo, Masa, what's up, dude? Yep. It's crazy. One of these days, though, maybe not in our lifetimes, we'll know 100% of how our brains work. And then we'll evolve to higher beings. We'll become giant bird creatures. That's what most video game logic tells us, right? That's what we eventually ascend to. Well, sure. It's just like, you know, space and what we thought space was and what we think about space now. As you grow more and more knowledgeable about topics, the amount of questions that come up from it increase tenfold in comparison to what you really know. RPG jerk word. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to give the grinding rating of this game. It's kind of hard for me to give it anything but a 1. Because, like, 90% of this game is just straight up grinding. I've seen the speedrun of the final boss in Grandia. Grandia. It seems very hit or miss. Like, there's no real medium between it. And it seems like a really difficult boss. Sorry, I want to add this song to my playlist. And because of that, we're going to listen to it one more time. Well, yeah. Well, I mess up the grinding sometimes in my head when I give the rating. The lower the number, the worse. And it's not about my dislike for it or not. It's just about how much there is. Because I've let it be known that any form of grinding I'm not a fan of. I can overlook some aspects of grinding if there's other things keeping me interested or invested in the game outside of that. But when it comes to grinding in general, I feel like it's a bad part of the experience of a JRPG. That's just me. It kind of comes down to how required grinding is for finishing the game. In this game, if you don't grind, you're not going to beat it without manipulating RNG. And this game straight up has level and stat barriers for you to not be able to do anything. Because you just can't survive. But then I think of like Digimon World 2 grinding, and that was 70 plus hours of grinding, whereas this is, I'm gonna maybe beat this game in 14 to 16 hours. I did beat Octopath, yes. I forget how many hours it took me. 40 some? 50 some? I can't remember. Wasn't that run completely manipulated, Tyler? I can't remember. See, I don't have any interest in doing something like that, just sitting and grinding to take on extra content in a game. I've done it once or twice to try different things, and it just never feels worth it. For instance, I did it in Final Fantasy 13. And in Final Fantasy 13, it only takes a few hours of grinding the same battle. Because you go in with these things that increase the amount of points you get at the end of the battle for the Crystarium. And you can go into this battle and win it in less than like 10 seconds. And winning it quicker gives you even more points. And then you can sell the items that you get from that battle as well. So grinding all of your characters to full Crystarium on everything only takes a few hours. But even then, it's not worth it. Because the big bad guy that you face, the extra boss, you're only doing it so that you can beat that boss with the highest rating to get an achievement. You get nothing else out of it. You get no story. You don't get anything. It's not worth the time. Yeah. No thank you. I just don't have interest in stuff like that anymore. If I'm going to invest my time in something, I want to get something out of it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of manipulated runs either. But that Dragon Quest run, I think what interested me most about it was not the fact that someone sat there and did the manipulation. Because with older games, I think it's a little bit easier if you have notes in front of you. Because it's a little bit easier to... I'm not saying that it's easy by any means, but it's easier in the sense that you have a little bit of wiggle room with earlier games. You have a couple frames here and there that you can do other things, so as long as you're following a page of notes and you know your map well enough, they're a little bit easier to manipulate. What I was so interested in was the amount of work that was put into manipulating the route and making it as quick as possible, and figuring out all the mechanics of the game and all that type of stuff. I think that's the only aspect that really interests me with manipulated runs, is that the people that tend to manipulate them know so much about the game. Well, the problem with manipulation is manipulation's much more impressive when it's done on a console and it's figured out by someone doing something like on a console and stuff like that. But now with emulators existing and stuff like that, manipulation really is not difficult. It's just time consuming. Grab an emulator, move a step, not get proper outcome, reload the save, try again, do different inputs until you get the outcome you want. Take notes on what the outcome or the outcome you want and the I have to apologize. I thought you were level 17 or before you collected everything. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I did not realize that did not connect. I always try to set that stuff up before starting stream, but the problem with the Pontificator is that it's hit or miss when I start stream. You thought that I'd be level 17 or so before I collected everything? But what do you mean? Like, was I lower than 17? Was I higher? I think I was level 15 or 16 when I got all the items, and I've been grinding since then. But I think I just had trouble on bosses. When I actually got into the boss, most of them only took me like 3 hits. Yo, Deformed, what's up, man? How's Monster Hunter treating you, dude? Yeah, is that good or bad? I felt like I could have gotten this stuff earlier. Oh yeah, yep. It's been just grinding for a while. That's part of why I stopped the other night, Friday night when I was streaming. Because I didn't want to grind for another hour or two. I didn't want to put like that sour perspective on this game, even though this game is mostly grinding. I'm doing alright. I went to a buddy's place yesterday to hang out for a little bit. We played through Sonic Mania and what was it? Bloodstained? The like retro style Bloodstained. Both those games are really solid. Yeah, it makes me wonder how the speedrun does it. Because I got to the bosses and they basically just destroyed me. The dragon would kill me in 3 hits if I wasn't constantly healing, and same thing with the axe guy. Plus getting to some of the towns and stuff like that. Man. You gotta get really lucky in the speedruns. Or just have way better stats, I guess. Maybe they use a particular name where they know the stats are gonna be solid. I finally broke 100 HP at level 18. It looks like something is coming out of the dragon's ear. So basically you get to the Axe Knight and then you reset the game and restart the speedrun if you don't get luck, or do they just keep going for it and hope for a solid time by the time they eventually kill it? Let's see. I need 1,107 experience. I never know what to expect for the next song, but whenever it like starts off with something like this, I'm just like, what? Alright, Tyler, thanks for stopping by, man. Using it on the overworld? What's that do? I used it like... Oh. You wanted me to use it to see how much experience I needed. Why? What's wrong with using it? Because I used it when I was right next to her at one point. Oh! I see. So she tells you like exactly where the token is. Okay. That actually gives props to this game in the whole area. In the whole like being cryptic where items are and stuff like that. Because if you save her, she literally leads you to where the item's at. Yeah, I'm still surprised that I found it. I gotta be honest, if, not just found it, but found it on my first search inside the swamp. But I like how the map's set up in such a way that that guy telling you where it's at, I went straight down from where I thought the town was and just went as east as possible, and I was planning on searching that whole small swamp. Starting in the center was a good idea. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Give me a moment. Alright, sorry about that. My cat was complaining. The intended flow was princess, armor, token. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, in general, we frown upon backseating and stuff like that, but at this point in time, we're past everything that could have done. And the best part is I used her item right next to her, so she just gave me the same coordinates that the old man did. And I was like, well, duh, I already know that. I didn't know that it actually lowered the amount. But that's good to know that the game's not quite as cryptic as it could have been for a player starting the game. But the fact that you can skip the princess, though, I don't know. That's kind of bad. Should kind of be forced on the player to have to get that. Because what's the likelihood you find the token? Is the final boss killable without getting like the best armor and weapon and stuff like that? Now that I have that stuff? Is that possible? Can you even hit him without Edric's sword? Erdrick, whatever the hell his name is. Still debating on whether I want to go to level 19 or 20. I think I'll try at 19 and see my luck on the boss, and if it's bad, then we'll just grind some more. Beat the game without any gear at all at 28. Ugh. So he grinded without any gear for that long? Ugh. Why? Why do that to yourself? You're just hoping for like a really, really solid HP level up again. Although I gained like 17 power too last time. My powers, that's not my stats, that's my stairs. But still, my strength and agility are right there, hand in hand. Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like getting to level 99 or the max, around the max level in every game is possible to beat it without doing anything extra. But still, that had to have been the most boring thing ever. Like, how much damage can you do with no items? Now that sounds like a challenge. You should get on that. Start screwing that nail. You only have 1,048 years to go. Oh yeah? We got the Masa block. Yeah, I mean, I've done level 1 runs of games, like challenge runs like that. I did a low-level run of Chrono Trigger, low-level Natural Magic of FF6. So I've done some stuff that did not need to be done. Some of those were kind of fun though, like figuring out strategies for bosses and stuff like that. But where a game like this one, where you're limited to either cast magic or attack, that doesn't leave a whole lot of fun to strategies and stuff. The only strategies really would be like, where am I gonna grind now that I don't have this equipment? And it had to have been even like a slower grind too, because of not having the items. At least in a game, like a low-level game, you still can equip the stuff and get the stats from the equipment. Thou hast done well to kill the scorpion for the 1,000th time. After you kill like 1,000,000 slimes in this game, they should start to give 2 experience apiece instead of 1. It's done well. Alright guys, what do you think my stats are going to be on this level up? Everybody take your guesses at how much HP I'm going to gain on this level up. I hope it's better than +1. Alright, you got a little bit of time to guess. Like, literally, like, 5 seconds. Alright. Alright, get your votes in, guys! I'm gonna go with 7. Ooh, I'll go with 14. I prefer that very much so. What new spell did I get? Hurt more. I barely even used hurt. So I have enough MP for 10 heal mores. The only problem is I have not figured out how low my HP should be before using it. I think I had down around 20 some HP and used it, and it healed me back up to 91. So maybe it heals close to 70. But I have no gauge on it really as to how much it heals me. So you need 4,000 to level up. Alright. Let's go back to video game music for a while, because we're going to give the boss an attempt. Kind of gauge where we're at here. Oh, this music. I missed it. What are my end stats right now? 87, 86, 118, 104, 127, 91. Yeah, I think it's just, for me, if I'm gonna be grinding for a while, I just don't want to hear the same track. For some reason I thought I was gonna take damage there. I keep forgetting that I have, how much does this cost? 3. So it doesn't get rid of one of my heal casts. Do I still have herbs too? Yes. It's just, you gotta, for me, I just have to switch my brain from one thing to the other. If my brain is doing the same inputs constantly, running back and forth and things like that, having the same music at the same time just kind of weighs on me after a while. Gets me into this constant thought process of, oh man, I'm doing this again. Could be doing this for a long time yet. Oh my goodness. I can actually kill those now. Green Dragon, please! Do I have any torches? Ooh. I didn't think of this. Now I only have 9 casts of heal more. So I should have at least 1 torch to get through the swamp. Really, Green Dragon? You're gonna pull this crap again? Oops. Maybe it is better if I just kill it. Bye, Green Dragon! Wait, does the sword respawn? No. So much for making it to this boss in a healthy manner. Whether the sword respawns or not? Well, I don't care. I'm not going back for it anyway. I could have just went straight. Like I said, with a game as simplistic as this one, and the fact that at this point in time, I'm just grinding to face the last boss. Oh no. 18 damage. Thank you. Right? I can't remember. So I guess the sword respawns just in case you, like, drop it or something. Somehow. Can you drop it? I guess maybe you could sell it for some money, but at that point you don't really need money. Sure, there's also a spoilers Discord that you can always type in random facts and trivia about a game into. Oh, come on. I'm right at the boss, and now you're gonna pull this shit and drain all my HP? I'm just doing this to heal, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Let me run. Come on. No! Stop! Ooh, a red dragon. Uh-oh. 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 Ugh. So much for that. I should have just used to heal more and tried to fight him to see where I was at. Oh no, all my money. It's not a picture. It says Grayson, you ripped. It shows up normally on normal chat. It gets all messed up on the Pontificator because the Pontificator doesn't give it a space for some reason. Sure, I will buy 2 torches. Thank you. Bye. Well, yeah, the name got changed because of that, but there's lots of games that they brought over here where they just didn't think we would like it for some reason. And they based it purely off of, like, how great something like Dragon Warrior did over here. Without, like, marketing it as much as they did in places like Japan and stuff like that. Well, yeah, that's where JRPGs spawned from. They took elements from D&D and gave it a visual representation. That was the whole point of these games to begin with. Before that, it was all just text boxes and things like that that everyone kept track of, and, you know, games kept track of and stuff like that. Maybe I can actually... Oh, I bought torches for a reason. I might as well use them. I can't believe I got right to the end there at the boss. And that's when I got into a fight with an enemy that I could not run from for 4 turns and got destroyed by. And then I almost got my HP back up to full, and I ran into the same enemy, and he hit me for 3 turns for 20 plus damage again. I remember Final Fantasy being marketed a lot better than what Dragon Quest was. Or Dragon Warrior was. I mean, it definitely wasn't marketed like something like Mario was, or the new Mario games and stuff like that. Yeah, they just thought that the American market didn't like RPGs. Part of that could be the whole difficulty thing. Where they just thought we couldn't handle the difficulty of these games. But in reality, the only difficulty in this game is how much time you're willing to put into it. Is there something wrong with requesting it? What's wrong with it? Is it a super grindy game? Of course. And it hit me for the upwards limit of the spell. And again, and upwards damage of the spell again. Well, there's gonna be a lot more grindy games that I have to deal with, so the more of them I get out of the way early, the better. Every time I get close to having full HP again, the game feels the need to demoralize me and make me take a large hit. We're here again. Has a reputation of one of the grindiest, hardest JRPGs on the SNES. Oh, well. And we're off to a good start, guys. This is almost like a step-by-step representation of what happened last time. Oh, come on. Game? Come on. 107. 113. Oh no. Okay. We're at full HP. I give thee now a chance to share this world and to rule half of it, if thou will now stand beside me. What sayest thou? Will the great warrior stand with me? No, fuck you. Thou art a fool! Oh! Oh my god! Stop breathing fire, dude! Oh my god! Oh my god, the damage is stupid! I'm not getting any low damage rolls off this guy. I haven't gotten an excellent hit either. Well, we got 2 more heal more casts, guys. Get a low roll. Nope, 46. Last heal more. Well, I think using an herb here is kind of pointless, right? Unless he gets a low damage roll. I can't remember how much herbs heal. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Oh! Get out of here! God. Holy crap. I didn't think he'd hit that much. I cannot believe, like, how ridiculous that was. Hey, the princess came down. Sure. I'm so happy. And thus the tale comes to an end, unless the dragons return again. Hey, they actually have trumpets! Congratulations, thou hast restored peace unto the world, but there are many roads yet to travel. May the light shine upon thee. Yay! I always hit my time at the end of credits for every game for the JRPG tour, so I don't have to worry about hitting the time. Congratulations! I always love that these, like, older games have so short of credits and so few people that work on them. And then we get something like, what was it? What was the game where the credits were like an hour long? Pure Solar. All chests in this game respawn. I think they didn't have the room to flag a chest as permanently opened. The ones that are up in the King's Castle, the first room that you're in, those ones don't respawn. Yeah, that was me that did 14 hours, though, because it ranged from, like, 11 hours to 18 hours on the site, so I just kind of tried to give it an average. I know it was mostly just Kickstarter backers. Alright, do I get anything else? Is there anything else? Time, I guess? Alright then. Well, that's that, I guess. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer. But let me get things set up for the raffle, guys. Just give me a little bit of time. In the meantime, I will play some music. I don't know that I fixed this. Nope. No for this game like normally? I'm not sure what you're asking there, Masa. Alright, let me put you guys on this screen for a bit while I get stuff set up. Alright, start taking a look at list, guys. Try to have a game picked that you might be interested in watching me play if you happen to win the raffle. Whether I'd recommend it or not. That's hard to say. It's kind of hard to recommend something that I feel hasn't aged that well. But it really